It's expensive, but is it worth it?
It's summer in December, everyone.
Prince of the Bear here, and we're back at Disney Springs because there's a new restaurant opening. Yes, another new restaurant here at Disney Springs. As your number one choice of food infotainment, if it's new, it's going to be me and you and her and us. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not. It's Summer House. Let's get some food.
Enjoy the grand opening of Summer House on the Lake.
You heard the girl.
I got the Lavender Haze. It is a vegan as is gin drink. I don't know why I'm punishing myself with gin. You can modify any of their drinks to be vegan, and they're super knowledgeable. There's a lot of honey that they have on their drink menu, but like I said, you can just modify it. They have so many modifiable options. You know, that's actually quite nice. The lavender is subtle and it mixes perfectly with the gin, so you have like a nice, light, balanced drink that you could easily have in the warm summer weather. I would give it 4 out of 5 gins. This is one of the few gin drinks that I actually love and appreciate.
You know, if you start opening a restaurant at Disney Springs with nice glasses, I'm already on board. The tactile feel of this glass, on board for it. Gives me like Galaxy's Edge vibes. The Lavender Haze, now gin is not my drink. It's not my alcohol. If I taste gin, I don't usually love them, but like the presentation of this is beautiful. Ooh. The flavors in this drink are as immaculate as the vibes in this restaurant. This is a very pretty restaurant with very pretty drinks. 3.75 out of 5 claws. The beverages is off to a good start. Here we have the Jalapeno Business. And if it's one thing that I will steal from our Gen Z brethren is I will stand on a Jalapeno Business every single time. You put jalapenos in a beverage, I'm gonna drink it. Jalapeno, mezcal, a little grapefruit soda. Interesting. Oh, that's so good. They have a cookie store and a drink menu. Now they do have a bar in here. I would tell you to get drinks. Ooh, there's some spice in there. So there are jalapenos in here, but that's got a jalapeno agave in it. Front of the mouth, I'm at like a 4 out of 10 on the heat scale right now. I'm loving that. This could be my new favorite jalapeno drink on Walt Disney World property. I give this 4.25 out of 5 plus.
Say hello to a beautiful edamame with a lemon. I'm not going to squeeze the lemon to save the bear. Ooh, I like the tang on that. It's a really nice kick. You know, Bear and I have talked up umami burger and edamame the entire 5, almost 6 years that we've had this channel, and we never filmed it. I think we just found the replacement for the chili spiced edamame from Umami Burger. Like, this is the new champion. This is a 5 out of 5. This is the Princess City's item. You should be getting this when you go to the bar. This is really good.
Edamame portions go. It's not terrible. I love the sort of like the cover of like that Togarashi spice they have on here. I love that on other things. You've had that spice here before on property, but just like the coating on the edamame, that just looks pretty. Ooh. Sesame and the spice. Usually like an earthy but like spicy flavor to go with like that nice like bright bean flavor you get from like an edamame. I'm actually curious about the lemon. The princess is trying to spare me, but I'm gonna do just a small little squirt of lemon on this one right here. Oh yes. The lemon brightens up the whole package. And if you have like an issue with like the heat of the spice, the lemon will help cut that a little bit with acidity. I like that. That's a 4.75 out of 5 claws. I could use like a dipping with it, but other than that, it's almost perfect. So one of the weirdest and probably one of the more expensive looking things on the menu is their classic house-made guacamole. And they have guacamole you can add Dungeness Crab for, what is it, $13.95, $12.95? It basically makes this a $30 plate of guacamole. You get a decent little bowl of guacamole, some chips, and you get 3 sauces. With a little pico, a tomatillo sauce, and then a ranchero sauce. Interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right in. Go ahead and get us a healthy dose of the Dungeness Crab with the guac. Crab and guacamole was not on my list for this month, but here we are. Ooh. It's a nice chilled crab. It's been like seasoned, herb, a little lemon on it, so you don't get like a real like fishy or oceany taste from it. It's given summer, like a summer beach party, summer on the lake, as they say. That's not bad. Let's try with some of these sauces. Get another dose. I'm gonna go right for this pico first, because it looks the most summer-ish to me. Okay. I think I would give the guacamole with the crab by itself, as weird as it looks, a 4 out of 5 plugs. Definitely splits the table though with a bunch of very rich flavors. With the pico, it's just basic salsa on top of guacamole. It's not doing a whole lot, but it's a nice bright flavor. A little more some other toppings. I would give that with the guac a 3.5. I feel like it almost takes away from the guac and the Dungeness Crab. Let's try it with the green tomatillo. Nice healthy dip. I love what the tomatillo does to the crab. There's something about them pairing together for these super savory, like rich flavor. It doesn't get in the way. Like they're all working together. I like that. It's 4.5 out of 5 plus. And last up, we're gonna try this ranchero dip, which is what I'm most excited for. I can eat the whole thing anyway, so we don't care how big the dips are. Look at that. Ranchero, guacamole, and crab. Not a huge fan of the ranchero. I feel like it's too strong a flavor and it overpowers the guac. The crab is still in there, but the guac sort of like disappears under it. I give that one a 3. I'm giving the whole plate a 3.5 out of 5 claws, but they're asking for a Barrett's minion. Tomatillo sauce is the way to go. So is this guacamole crepe worth $30? Probably not. It's a very interesting flavor, but we'll have to see if everything else probably increases the value of this restaurant. But the guac and the Dungeness Crab, it's a nice partner trick, but a restaurant it does not sell.
There are so many vegan options here that I had to be really selective on what I wanted. So I had 2 different Brussels sprout options. There's a hot option with a beautiful caramelized balsamic that sounds right up my alley. And then there's this cold Brussels sprout option. It's a salad. And I asked my server which one he likes better, and he said this. So he also said it's only good if you like cold Brussels sprouts. It is a cold salad. It has peas. It looks perfectly dressed. Nobody needs, or I don't need to toss my salad. They tossed it for me. I love it when my salad is already tossed for me. I don't want to have to do that. It is giving me a little bit of amare vibes. A little amare vibes. It has a Dijon vinaigrette. Dijon is very light. So even though this looks like a super dressed salad, it's not. It's actually perfectly dressed. It's very, very fresh. Like they just picked it maybe 30 minutes ago. I'm into it. And you know, I'm not the salad connoisseur here, Bear is. So if I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 salads, let's see what Bear says.
So it is a sizable salad. You don't think I'm gonna throw a little bit of shade over the presentation of shredded salads. I give Amare a ton of smoke about the shredded monstrosity of like taco fixings they put on the plate. This is shredded, but this sort of makes a lot more sense because there's also like a diced and shredded Brussels sprouts in here, and it sort of matches the vibe. Shredded lettuce, shredded Brussels sprouts. You wouldn't want balls of Brussels sprouts and then like huge leaves. So this one kind of makes sense for me. I'll give them a pass on that one. But flavor is what matters here. Like the Princess, I was worried that would be too wet. It's actually not. Perfectly like dressed. Everything's nice and crunchy. Got those like shaving almonds in there, gives it a nice like texture gradient from like the lettuce and the Brussels sprouts to that, but not like overly crunchy. They're not like super huge pieces of almonds that I was worried about. The flavor is good, and it's a sizable portion like this. Look at this, like how thin they shave the Brussels sprouts, and you have like that goes good on the fork. Feels good in the mouth, tastes good in the stomach. Your stomach tastes good thing, holds things. But I like it, honestly. I was kind of surprised. I thought it was going to be a throwaway salad. Because you know, salads for our plant-based brothers and sisters, days and them, is almost insulting sometimes. But this was made with care. I like it. 4 out of 5.
Can we talk about how gorgeous this artichoke dish is? And when I ordered artichokes, I didn't expect a whole artichoke, but this is actually my preferred method of eating artichoke. Bear has never had one of these until we were living together. This was like a pastime for me and my mother. Like, this is what she would cook when we wanted a snack, artichoke with lots of butter. Now, that's an artichoke crab. If there's anything that I love to eat more than artichoke, it's probably pomegranate. I just something so satisfying about grabbing pieces of a vegetable or fruit and just eating it like an animal. It's so good, it's perfectly cooked, I love the char on it. This is a beautiful artichoke, and for all those artichoke connoisseurs, come here and try it. And if you've never had artichoke before, come here and try it. 3 out of 5 artichoke.
This is definitely what I would consider to be a shareable portion. I think something for everybody to like experiment with. If you never had artichoke like this before, we would definitely suggest it. It's a nice, fresh thing, easy to share. It is like the peak of vegetable nachos, almost, but nowhere near that flavor and consistency. I'm gonna go ahead and try it with the aioli. I'd also suggest if like you don't like the normal flavor of like artichoke that it's too strong, use some of the lemon as well. The aioli is a bit strong, like it has strong flavor. I think it was a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit thinner. It would go better with the artichoke. I'm gonna give it one try with that. Like reading this little white part here. Like it much better than the aioli. That sort of like grilled smoky flavor comes through. It's a nice like. I think it actually pairs really nice. You get like this and the edamame. That way, like you guys can pick and choose from the table, especially if you have like 3 or 4 people with you. But I like it. I wouldn't get this all in its own. Like this is the only thing I get. I'm sure with friends, I could definitely see getting this. The aioli is a miss for me though. I'm gonna give the whole thing though a 3.75 out of 5 plus. When they say turkey stack, they took that literally. You know, if you've been here a while, I like truth in labeling and advertising. If you tell me you're gonna stack something, I expect it to stack. If you tell me it's spicy, I expect it spicy. It's just how my brain works. This monstrosity is a thick boy. This is thick cut turkey bacon on a multi-grain. You got that full grain mustard on there. You got the mayo and the lettuce on the side, a nice tomato, like that cross section. That cross section is something you'd see in like a Fallout game. Like look at that. It looks like a San Andreas fault. Diagrams in school. We all went to school. Don't look at me like that. Normally when you get a sandwich, most people think about the innards. I have my like whatever's in the middle of my sauce, my meat, my lettuce, tomato. Bread feels like an afterthought. The bread is almost like the treat here, like just like whole grain, multi-grain bread with the meat is delightful. I thought it was gonna be like a throwaway sandwich, but it is actually quite good. Very filling. The meat is nice, fresh. The mayo with the lettuce, or sorry, mayo with the mustard, very even. No like one overpowering the other. I can taste the mayo and it's light. I don't like a lot of mayo. And then like the mustard, it's like peak sandwich. Give that 4.25 out of 5 claws. And it's just a sandwich. I'm impressed. There is a vegan version of this available. I know you're looking at a sandwich and a full stack of meat. They would just fill that section with veggies. But you can get it vegan if you want. Summer House on the Lake Freaks. If you guys like French fries, we have done a fry video. The best fries you can get across all of Walt Disney World. This makes Disney shoestring fries look big. These babies are almost sewing needles. They're so thin. Now they do pass the fry test, easily enough. They gave you ketchup. I'm sure if you ask for something else, they have mustard and everything else in house. But they gave me ketchup, so I'm gonna use the ketchup. It's a fry. Let you have salt and pepper on the table. You get salt and pepper to your delight, but it's just a fry. If this is the worst thing we've had today, I feel like maybe we got our money for it. Just barely. I would give the fries 2.5 out of 5 claws. Painful. I'm not a psychic there, but I foresee this place being extremely popular.
We used to say Paradiso 37 was the Cheesecake Factory of Disney Springs. Summer House on the Lake is now the Cheesecake Factory of Disney Springs. They have something for everyone, and they do it way, way better.
Yep, drinks, tacos, pizza, sandwiches, entrees, shareables. They're doing it well here. The menu, the food, the flavors, they match the vibe. It feels like a summer house, literally on the lake.
Oh yeah, and I would like to see a Cirque dining package in the future. I feel like this restaurant is perfect for that. So let's go, Disney.
So
bring
if
it
you're
on.
asking yourself, looking at this place, looking at the menu, maybe done some previews, is this restaurant worth it? Aside from the guac, I think so.
The amount of money that we spent on this check was pretty much average compared to where we go on most Disney properties, and we got an abundance of food. There's an outdoor bar, there's an indoor bar, there's all the bars for you to just come try this without a reservation, and when it's not windy AF.
This is Florida. But as your number one choice in foodie infotainment, of course, if there's anything else you'd like to say, just do the comments. There's going to be a place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and if you don't comment, we will never summer on the lake again. What will happen to Bear?
You heard the girl.